Imagine losing control of your body, jerking or shouting for no reason. Well, that's what people with Tourette syndrome live with each and every day. Believe it or not, prominent radio personality Craig Carton is one of them. But could a breakthrough treatment provide instant relief?
My name's Craig Carton. You very well may know me from the Boomer and Carton radio show.
Adam LaRoche's son is with him and with the team 100% of the time.
For a long time, I didn't tell anyone I had Tourette's because I just didn't know. I wasn't actually diagnosed until I turned 30. For me, I'm blessed in that it's mild and you can never really control it, but I can hold it off. I have 4 kids. 2 have been diagnosed with Tourette's. I have a daughter, 15, and then my son, who's 13. I knew when they were 6 years old. You notice certain twitches or tics or blinking. With my daughter, we got very lucky in that as she's gone through puberty, her tics have subsided. My son, he has moments where he'll go a week and there's nothing, and then you wake up the next morning and it's very aggressive.
Some things that I do in Tourette's is I blink and sometimes I move my neck and shoulders.
I'm on the radio in New York, I'm on TV, I have a big audience. So what can I do to help selfishly my children, and then beyond that, all the other kids and people out there that don't have the voice that I have on the radio. So I started a foundation called Tic Toc Stop. We started Tic Toc Stop with a very simple goal: raise as much money as possible to research this new out of left field concept, which was that a mouthpiece and a dentist could actually help a kid like my kids with Tourette's. Now, us doing a study at the University of Tennessee's dental school goes against every study that's ever been done before. Because why am I going to a dentist and the dental community to fix a neurological disorder, right? On surface, you tell me it doesn't make any sense, except it makes all the sense in the world because it works.
Craig Carton joins us along with dentist Dr. Bill Balanoff. First of all, Craig, beautiful family.
Oh, thank you. My wife's doing. I have nothing at all to do with it.
Oh, you're too humble. But first things first, before we get into this dental guard, what is your main message when it comes to people who are living with Tourette syndrome?
Well, the first thing, the biggest misconception is that we're not all going to sit here and blurt out curse words, and make everyone else in the room feel uncomfortable. That's a very small minority of people that have Tourette's. But, Tourette's, for 100 years, there's been not a single advancement in research. We don't know what causes it. There's no DNA testing for it. There's not a urine or blood test for it. So for all these years, you come down to you need a neurologist to say, hey, you have Tourette's. So then what's, at the end of the day, the difference between a fidgety kid and a kid that has Tourette's? Because there's no test for it. So we come along after 100 years of nothing getting done, and we decided that as opposed to throwing a neurological drug at the problem, because that's what we do right now, we just throw drugs at it, and then your kids become zombies. And I was not going to subscribe to my kid being a zombie. So we tried to find an alternative method, which was non-invasive, non-pharmaceutical, and we're really blessed to have a guy like Dr. Balanoff and the other members of the research community that are willing to at least try.
Well, what led you in that direction in the first place?
What led me there was a woman named Dana Wachter, who's a registered Tourette's nurse in Long Island, out in New York, and she discovered that there were a couple independent dentists who didn't know about each other that were using this for patients in their practice. We talked to some of these dentists, and through Dr. Balanoff here and some other like-minded dentists, we created a mouthpiece that has had amazing results.
And I want to talk to you, Dr. Balanoff. How could a mouthpiece help someone in this scenario?
Well, we think what's happening is we're repositioning the jaw, and the sensory signal, when you reposition the jaw, sends a signal back to the brain stem, and by doing that, it turns off the motor signal, the signal that causes muscles to twitch, to stop. And that's really, we think, is what's going on right now.
And is this a mouth guard that's worn 24/7?
They don't have to wear it all the time. The child wears it when they feel they need to wear it, and that's really the nice thing about this.
It works instantly?
It works for the most part instantly. Of course, there's always variations among patients.
And is it through a cranial nerve? What is that?
It does work through a cranial nerve, the 5th cranial nerve, and it goes back to the brainstem, and that signal going back to the brainstem turns off the motor signal of other cranial nerves going back out to the body.
One of the best parts of this is that if you don't like the way it feels, you take it out.
Yeah.
Simple and done. You don't have to worry about, hey, starting medicine, stopping the medication, having ill effects from it. So it's simple. And I see all the time through Tic Toc Stop, our foundation, through what Bill and I try to do, and the other amazing volunteers that work with us, we're selling hope. That's all we're selling. We're not curing Tourette's, but we're saying to a family that has a kid with Tourette's who might not want their kid to walk out of the house because you worry about socializing and other kids and what's going to be like when you go into the big bad world. We're telling those people that there's an alternative to drugs, and we can help.